Well, good evening once again, Mod Railway people. Where am I going with that intro? Shall we try that again? Hello again, and welcome back to another one of my Hybrid Mod Railway live streams. We are on episode 23 today, gradually ticking up through them we are this week. As on the screen, as is the title, as is in the description, today we are servicing some more locomotives because yesterday I did really enjoy taking apart that 040 and showing you how to do it. So today, time permitting, and I'm going to go for about an hour and 10, an hour and 20 today, not quite as long as we did yesterday. Hopefully today we are going to service, he says, getting the engines out of the drawer of locos. We are going to be servicing A, the Triang Flying Scotsman, and B, the Hornby Virgin Trains Lady in Red HST. Both of those are completely dead. Both of those do not work. The Triang one smokes and barely moves. The HST is completely dead, does not move at all. As yesterday, we are going to have some trains running round. I've just left everything on from yesterday because it was a bit of a rush to get this together. Not sure if you saw in the chat, but the webcams were playing up. I had to do some USB rejigging before we began. But I've just got the trains run yesterday, so just out of the shot. Here's the D11 with the Pullmans. Excuse me. We have the 37 with the container wagons, and we've got Northerner Transport Hub, Joe's 0040 request and a relatively long train. So while we get some more requests in, those are going to be the trains that are running today, and at the same time, as yesterday, I'm going to be servicing the Triang Flying Scotsman. I will actually remember to set this signal to green today. Dink! There we go, no spadding. So I'll see you in about 13 seconds when, for once, I remember to play the intro. Do enjoy the stream, everyone. Back shortly. He says, pressing the wrong button. That's what should happen, and why the hell are those two even... Oh, note to self, don't try and rejig all of your scenes in OBS while you're live, because that happens. Apologies once again for that slight whirlwind of random blasting music and changing scenes. That's not supposed to happen. I was trying to reorder them, because I normally have the 5-minute intro video, then the little 13-second intro video there, and then the outro video, but for some reason they're the wrong way around. And clicking on them apparently makes them play. Apologies for that. Request 9F with all your open wagons, assuming it can handle them. Yes, I'm sure it will be able to. Joe's request, which I think he wound back and saw through the stream anyway yesterday, can come off. Does the GIF wagon count as an open wagon? I mean, it's open, and it's a wagon, so... There we go. Let's see what other bits and bobs I've got in the drawers. Brake van. No, we don't need that. That one, I reckon. I'm going to count them as open wagons. Why not? Oh, and I've got 3 in here that I've forgotten about. So we've got all the coal wagons, all the actual open wagons, the one that's filled with stone, the Jif lemon juice van. This van, which is actually supposed to be a cattle van with a missing roof. But technically it's open, so I'm going to class it as an open van. An insulfish van, again missing a roof. A 10-ton van, again missing a roof. The brand new Black and Rioch from Rotherham van, because again that's open at the top. And I suppose technically this is a hopper wagon, but it's open at the top. And for the sake of making a nice long train, we'll count it. And as Timber Valley has requested, which I'll put on the other side of the track. The bloody coupling keeps coming out of this 9F. It's shocking. This NEM coupling on the back really does want replacing, because it's just so loose. The coupling drops out all the time. It's terrible. Nothing wrong with the loco, just the coupling that they fitted to it from the factory has been broken for, well, since it was new. Anyway, we'll back the 9F up. Coming onto the camera now. See if we can actually get them to couple. Oh, yes, they have. Right. There goes the 9F. On the other side, there goes the D11. Again, if you have any requests, I'm more than happy to stop the trains that are currently running and put some new ones on. And then there goes the 37. Lovely. I'll start off with everything nice and slowly as we did yesterday, so I don't deafen myself while servicing, and so I can actually hear myself think. The 9F is doing very well. Difficult to tell when the 9F's wheel slipping because the wheels are so small on it. So it is quite difficult to tell when it is wheel slipping, but I think it is managing. Definitely wheel slipping now. Hopefully when it gets some momentum up it might manage. It has got the very heavy Triang wagons in the back. I may have to take them off, but... Oh, that chuffing. Haha, chuffing. That Roberts van's derailed. I think that's going to have to come off, to be honest. It doesn't particularly like being coupled to NEMS, I don't think. So, I'll tell you what. We will take it off. Whoops. Put you there. So it's got an actual D/tension lock coupling to get onto. We'll put it in the middle and see how it behaves. I think. There we go. It won't burn out. It'll just wheel slip, but thankfully Hornby had the sense not to put traction tyres on it for once, so it won't burn out. It'll just wheel slip a tiny bit, but it's doing fine. Right, so I need all the servicing stuff out again. So that means both towels need to come out of the drawer, like that. Towel there. Try not to ram it onto the main line. Towel there. The Flying Scotsman, a suitably sized precision screwdriver. There we go. And, well, let's see if we can't sort this Scotsman out. So, as we know, and as you've seen before, I'm not going to take a train off just to demonstrate it. But as we know, it does smoke a little bit. It doesn't run very well. There's arcing on the commutator. The windings are not getting hot, so it's not a shorted winding or anything like that. I simply do think it is just because the commutator's dirty. And it did run for about an hour in 4 months. The other day during a live stream, it ran for about an hour and then conked out. So that does make me think that it's just some gunk on the commutator that perhaps needs cleaning. So we'll get dismantling it. Thankfully, the magnet on here is not mega strong. It's not neodymium or anything, because they can cause bearing damage, because they are so strong. Thankfully, the magnet isn't attracting the screwdriver all that much. In fact, yesterday I said I didn't have my metal parts tray, but I do actually think I brought it back up the loft. Oh, can I reach it? Yes. The other day I finally got all of my lawnmower fixing tools, because I have a plastic box, in the summer for when I do all my lawnmower fixing that I just chuck all my tools in, so I'm not constantly transferring them, you know, piece by piece. I finally emptied all that box out the other day, and thus my metal parts tray is here. So I can actually get everything where it's supposed to be. Do I desolder these or do I just manage? No, we'll just manage. We may have to desolder them. Oh no, we won't. We can unhook them from that white box. If you're wondering on what this box on the back is, it's just got a bulb in for the firebox blow out of that little yellow square there. What's the motor off? Are the wheels nice and free rolling? Oh yeah, look at the spin on them. I'll show you that like that. Look at the spin. Oh, hang on. Yeah, they're fine for Triang wheels, them. Nothing wrong. The motion bracket has just come out. Please stay back in. What do you make of that Freightmaster set I mentioned? I think I did reply. Seems to be quite good value. It just depends whether you could resell all the crap bits like the controller and the track mat and such, but yeah, it seems alright. I don't know how good the Hornby 20s are, specifically in a freight line, in a train pack set. I'm pretty sure they just crap railroad ones, but to be fair, they'll probably have the same mechanism as the 37, and that's perfectly fine. So yeah, I thought it was alright. I don't have £153 to buy it now, and I don't think I would ever buy it, to be honest, but for a starter set, for somebody, you know, well, first starting, it doesn't seem too bad. Jaden has joined. He said, hello, Joe from Timber Valley. Thank you very much for joining, Jaden. Very nice to see you here. Let's see if we can get the Flying Scotsman, Jaden, albeit in the wrong colour, because it's in apple green. We'll see if we can get it running. Right. Oh, great. I'm covered in grease. Let's get the hoodie sleeves up. If Hornby 20s are like the Lima ones that they are based on, the mechanism is fantastic. Die-cast chassis and centre mounted cat. Oh, yes, of course. I remember the Lima 20s are one of their new design, aren't they? So the Lima 20s are actually more like a modern mechanism. They're not like a Ringfield pancake motor, are they? No, I do admit I forgot about that. Thank you for that reminder. Yeah, I do remember now that the Lima 20 was one of their more recent, more updated models. So yeah, I didn't know it had a die-cast chassis though. That's quite good. We might have to get the soldering iron out here. Do I want to get the soldering iron out, or do I just want to try and clean it in place? I tell you what. What can we do here? Jaden, your controllers are the duets, aren't they? The old H&M duets, I believe. Right, we've seen a lot of the 37 recently, so I'm going to take the 37 off the track. And we're just going to see if the motor still plays up when we are not... when the motor isn't actually driving the wheels. I want to see if the motor will run fine. Just connected to track power. No, it's not working at all now. The motor is not working. Oh, it is now. Oh yeah, of course it's not going to work, is it? It's not touching the bloody... There we go. Oh, it's still smoking. Yeah, of course, one side of the power comes from the metal chassis, doesn't it? So if I just touch the motor to the metal chassis, with the D11 in the way, yeah, that motor's going to need a clean. It is smoking, it's not running very well at all. There we go, and I'm getting greasy already. I'll catch up on the comments. Joe has come to say a quick hello. Hello indeed, George. Sorry, hello indeed, Joe. Jaden... Joe is off to get fish fingers, very nice. Duets contain some nasty materials. Asbestos, as long as you don't open them up or snap it or break it, you'll be fine. Molten uranium in them, Timber Valley. I think you'd know about it. I think you'd be dead if there was molten uranium in them. Northern Transport has said, couple the container wagons onto the 9F and put the 31 on the Virgin coaches. Can't really do anything with the 9F at the moment, because that is Timber Valley's request. But I can put the 31... Well, the 9F is just about at its limit with all them, well, quite old wagons. Otherwise, I would put the container wagons on. I can put the 31 on the Virgin coaches, certainly. Now the middle line's free. Yes, I will do that. But can't really put the containers on the 9F because it's not quite... Well, it is a very powerful loco, having 10 driving wheels, but with all those old Triang wagons that are on, it probably won't pull too much more without having problems. I'm going to have to get the soldering iron out for the 9F, which is, oops, not a problem, but... Is the stream running better today, by the way? Is it not lagging? I didn't actually change any of the settings because, I'll admit, I forgot. But, how is it running today? Oh, great, the Roberts coal wagon's derailed again. Should have expected it, really. Oh, this wagon wants to go on the back, doesn't it? Because that's the one without the couple. Because it's a brake van. Well, a brake coach. There we go. The 31, as knackered as it is, despite not being that old. Can go with the Virgin coaches as requested. Dink. Right, let's see how that behaves. Right, we're going to need full wave power for the 31, I think. I think it's behaving. It's not behaving. Massive derailment, and it's just crashed into something. Gordon Bennett, what was that? Like it hit a brick wall. Oh great, the bogies have come off. What the hell happened there? Please behave. You're a nice, well you're not a nice model actually, an absolute pain in the backside to service, but we'll just gloss over that. Right, I do not have enough plug sockets. Or, at least, yes I do, I'm lying. Of course I have enough plug sockets. I've got an extension cable in here. I do have enough plug sockets, but I don't have enough plug sockets to be able to reach the soldering iron up here, but I've just remembered. No, the 31's dead again. Why? There's nothing on the track in the way. Sod it, I'm sick of this 31 to be honest with you. It really needs repairing. As mentioned in my Discord server, which I posted the link in the other day. God's sake. You feel free to join the Discord server, chaps. Although I think everyone in the chat is already in. Right, I've stuck the 08 on because I can't be, frankly, arsed trying to fix the 31 when I'm already trying to fix 2 engines today in not that amount much. Not in that much time. I'm only doing about an hour and 20 today. Right, soldering iron is on. Wait for that to heat up now, and I'll catch up on the comments because they are flying today. Jaden says, just as well I don't have a Geiger counter in my loft. That ticking, slowly increasing speed would scare me a bit. Well, there is always background radiation. You will get, is it about 10-15 counts a minute you'll get? Even, you know, just background radiation. What does irk me is those 3 wagons without roofs. Well, welcome to Unprototypicality Central. Stream seems to be okay, that's good. Jaden wants to get irradiated by Chernobyl. Interesting. Discord invite, thank you very much indeed for posting that, very helpful. I will post that in the description again when I finish. Yeah, they do have asbestos in them. It makes sense, really. But yeah, they do have asbestos in them. As long as you don't open them up, well, even if you open them up, as long as you don't disturb it or poke it or break it or go and sniff it all in, you'll be fine. But yeah, that is just something very rightly, as Timber Valley says, to be aware of. Is this up to temperature yet? Yes. Can you see what I'm doing? Just about. Whoops. That's the red wire off. That's probably going to want stripping to go back in the bulb holder. And now the purple brown wire's off. While I'm soldering, actually, that does remind me, I do need to do a video about soldering. Because now that I've been doing it for 3.5 years, I think, well, longer than 3.5 years actually, possibly 4. Now that I'm back on YouTube again, so to speak. Oh, that is filthy. And I've lots of experience soldering, not 25 years as people like Big Clive have, but I feel I am well experienced enough now to be able to teach people how to solder. So we've got the motor off. We need to remember that when the worm is facing towards the camera, the insulator goes towards me. So we'll drop one brush out. Drop the other brush out. I will unscrew this actually, just to get this clip off because it'll be in the way otherwise. Oh, never mind. I may just, no, I'll tell you what, I can't be bothered. I'll just turn it on and leave it. Right, as we did yesterday, as you may be expecting. Teacup time. Although Double O Bill might have trademarked that phrase, so I can just say I magpied it off him. It is indeed tea-cut time, so we will get a cotton bud and the tea-cuts, and we will polish up this commutator, and you'll be able to see that's what it currently looks like, just in there, not very shiny at all. And hopefully, when I've finished with the tea-cut, you will be able to see just how much of an effective cleaner this tea-cut is. I'll catch up on the comments again. Stream started messing again. Oh, for God's sake. Jaden, I'm being serious. I know you're joking, but I really would not sniff asbestos, because although you won't have any problems immediately, in 30 or 40 years, when you get stage 3 lung cancer, you probably will regret it. I know you were joking though, but seriously. If you have to go inside them, not only should you be a experienced electrician or have experience messing around with the mains, you should also be very, very careful of the asbestos, because there is asbestos in there, as Timber Valley mentioned in the Discord server, link in the chat, as he's hopefully put in there. There is asbestos in them, and it is not a nice material. It probably will kill you, to be honest. It probably will. I mean, lung cancer, isn't that what Walter White was dying of? I like how I'm asking you, I've watched the show, so yes, he was. You probably end up drowning in your own blood if you ingest that much of it. A bit like tuberculosis, really. That cotton bud. Oh no, it's not spent, there's the other end, isn't there? Actually, the slots between the commutators do look a little bit gunked up, so I might clean them out, actually. I'm just going to give it a flush with WD-40 in a minute, just to get all the residual tea-cut off, but that's us done with tea-cut time. A flipping mask. Well, you could class that as a welding visor, couldn't you? You'd want more than a welding visor on. And as you can see there, look how shiny that commutator is now. Completely black before. Look at that. Flush out with WD-40, just to get all the residual bits. I'm going to have to hold this can upside down, it's running out. Flush out with WD-40 to get the last bits of tea cut off, and then... Right, do you know what? I've had enough of this. I've had just about enough of you. Oh, the 9F's taking off now, there's no load behind it. I'm taking that Roberts wagon off because it does nothing but derail when it's connected to old wagons. There we go. Well, the resistance mats are inside the case, aren't they? So as long as you don't start opening the case up and poking about in there, it's fine. I really don't think it's anything to be concerned of. Even if you opened it up, as I say, as long as you don't disturb it, there's no need to be running a mile. As long as it's not broken when you get in there, and as long as you don't disturb it, as long as you don't poke at it, as long as you don't shred it, as long as you don't go and then snort half of it, you'll be fine. It's not something to be scared over as such, you just need to be careful of it. It's not nice stuff, I'll admit, but there's not a need to be scaring and worrying over it. That commutator is now looking sweet as a nut. And now I'm going to find my very, very small precision screwdriver, and I'm going to very gently, because if you put a big gouge in the commutator, you'll have just wrecked the engine, but I'm now going to get a very small precision screwdriver and just gently get rid of the stuff. I'm just going to gently poke out all the bits of carbon. And yes, there is a little bit of carbon buildup in the slot, so very gently, you could even do this with a wooden toothpick. I'm just going to gently scrape out, not even scrape out, just sort of guide all the muck out of the slots in the commutator. Oh, there was a big bit there. And then what I will actually do is get the multimeter on and check the coil resistance and check we're somewhere in the ballpark. I believe the standard is 13 ohms, but when they're this old, as long as they're all roughly the same, it should be fine. Again, with your multimeter, do be careful not to put a big gouge in the commutator. You're not screwed, Jaden. Dearie me. Trust me, well, can you trust me? I mean, I've been on here for 3.5 years, so I'd like to think you could. It's nothing to be worried about, because the first thing you need to be concerned about, whether you start being worried about asbestos, is are you competent enough to open up a controller that's got 240 volt AC inside it? And the answer most likely is no. So, really, you shouldn't be opening it up in the first place. That commutator, look at... Oh, you can't see it in the hand in the way of the shadows. Look at how shiny that commutator is now. That's beautiful. Look at that. It's a little diamond. Motor spins freely, so that's good. So, brushes, which I will just... I'm not going to use any cleaning fluids, because I don't really want to put WD-40 on the brushes, but I'm just going to give them a wipe over and get the excess carbon off with the end of a cotton bud. Because they will just get dirty again, as I say, as they wear onto the commutator, but I'm just going to get the end of a cotton bud and just remove all the excess buildup of carbon. Well, they are graphite, actually, carbon graphite, basically. Well, graphite is carbon, layers of carbon atoms. 3 bonds per carbon atom, I think it is, if my GCSE chemistry serves me well. Mind you, I'm doing A-level chemistry now, so slightly more advanced. Oh, I just dropped dirty cotton buds all over the floor. Right, stream died. OBS and YouTube aren't reporting any problems. It could be. In fact, you know what? I'll go into... Here we go. Is that showing up for you? Yes, it is. If I go into YouTube Studio now, it should tell me what the stream health is. You may get that glitching through the Matrix double sort of screen effect again. Let's not press any buttons accidentally in here. Stream health. Stream is healthy. Okay. Oh, I meant to leave that browser open in case we do any googling in the future. Jaden has built sheds, houses, foundations and all the parts. Have been around some seriously nasty stuff that would evaporate your skin in a heartbeat. I'm not worried, just interested. Fair enough. Hydrofluoric acid by any chance, because that certainly would evaporate your skin in a heartbeat. Somebody's been doing their chemistry. Well, I've been doing physics and maths as well. Right, we can now insert the brushes back in through the holder, which can be a little bit fiddly because you've got to get, like I've just said, you've got to get one in, hold it in place, you've got to get the other in, damn it, you've got to get one in, hold it in place, this really is fiddly. There, we're in. And now you've got to hold both in with one hand while you put the little spring back on to keep tension on the brushes. Slide that insulator over so you don't short the contacts. Check that still spins fine. Yes, it does. I suppose I really should have tested the commutator without the brushes, but we'll get a good enough indication with them on. It'll make them easy to probe as well. So here is the multimeter. As I say, this is the one I keep for low voltage, mind you. I don't measure mains really, except my granddad's here. But these are the ones with the slightly worse category rated input protection. This is category 2. The little screw fix one down there is category 3. I'd give that to my granddad if he didn't have his meter and he needed to measure something. But this is the one I use for low voltage because the probes are a little bit more pointy, so you can get into tight spaces. Make sure those are in. So, hopefully you can see that. Short the probes together, we should get about 0. We get exactly 0. So, if I keep the brushes like that, so across here, how many ohms are we getting? Some, with any luck. I'll not hold the tips of the probes otherwise. I'll look at the reading. So, 7.1 there. I'll turn it round another commutator section. 7.2, oh, slipping off. It's jumping around a bit, so we're getting roughly 7 there, so that's fine. I spin it round another commutator section. There's a 3-pole motor is this, so there's 3 sections of copper on the commutator. How much are we getting here? Nothing, because the probes aren't touching properly. How much are we getting here? Again, it's jumping around a little bit, but we're getting 7 across all 3 coils of the motor, so that means that we are running fine. Not hydrochloric acid. I didn't actually say hydrochloric, I said hydrofluoric, which is spelt, if I remember, no, that's not how you spell it, it's hydrofluoric acid. It's in Breaking Bad if you've watched that. Hydrochloric acid is nasty, pH 1 or thereabouts. Hydrofluoric acid is properly terrible stuff. They do use it in quite a lot of manufacturing though. Right, I'm going to get the crocodile clips out again. If you haven't noticed, they are incredibly useful when doing troubleshooting and servicing like this. So we'll just pick random 2 colours from the selection. I'll send the 9F into the runaround siding again. So I can just use the power off the track without worrying about that racing round. It's not iodine, is it, Jaden? Come on, 9F. Right, there we go. Shut that point now, we should have power. Yep, so now if I turn on the power, the 9F won't move because it's in an isolated siding. Yes, it doesn't. And now I'm free to hook power, sap some power off the rails and just check that this little XO4 motor, it is the XO4 because it's got the felt pads. Check that this little XO4 works. So one side, well the positive or the negative, can go onto the chassis and one goes onto the interlating brush. That's odd, we are actually arcing round the screw there. That's interesting. So that tells me that the connection from the, well, through the chassis to the motor and to that screw. Although, no, it stopped arcing. I wonder if that was just a little bit loose, that screw. Let me see if I can tighten it up. Don't know if you saw, but we had a tiny little bit of arcing around that screw, so maybe that just wasn't quite tightened up enough. Because from the chassis, the screw touches that little spring which transfers the power. Nope. There, we do seem to be running it, and I think it's stalled then. Oh, that's not a very nice noise. Maybe it needs some more oil. But yeah, that's running a lot stronger than it was now, and it's not smoking, which is the main thing. Does smell like old Triang XO4 motor though. Right, let's get the 9F set up again. Look, yeah, we can send the 9F on its way. If the entire train doesn't derail, which would be nice. Hey, I don't think it has. Famous last words. Yay, the entire train didn't derail over those points. Normally the old really thick flange Triang models do, but that's a nice change. Change the points. Ding. There we go. One of the wagons is squeaking again. Never mind. Right, so now I'm just going to get a spot of 3. No, I'm not going to use 3 in 1 because the felt pads are tiny. I'm going to use my Gauge Master / Modelcraft oiling pen. Oh, it's gummed. The end's gummed up again. We said yesterday. Ah! Who designed this? I'm sorry, but who actually designed... I wonder if I can melt it with the soldering iron. I wonder if I can, to save me crawling under the board, I wonder if I can melt the obstacle free with the end of the soldering iron. Yeah, that worked. Did it work? Not really. I'll try and melt it again. It's that red thing just disintegrates. And it, what happens is it gets stuck in the end of here, and then no oil comes out. But yeah, so you know what? I'm going to do away with this, because all this red cap does is, well, stop oil spilling out if you have it tilted up the wrong way. But mine's always flat on the workbench anyway, so it's not going to spill out. But other than that, all it does is just cause bits to flake off and gum up the end of here. And then you spend ages cursing and swearing so you can't get any oil to come out. So, I am now just putting some oil on the felt pad at the back of the motor and into where the shaft goes into the bearing. So I'm filling up the felt pads and putting a very small amount of oil in the front of the commutator, round the front of the commutator. Do not get oil on the commutator, because otherwise you will wreck the thing. It can be cleaned off, of course, but you'll have just undone all your hard work. So we want some oil in there, some oil around the front thrust bearing. We've got an air bubble in here now. Get a good amount of oil in this front felt pad. And then I will re-put some grease on the gears as well. We'll see if we haven't now got a motor which runs a damn sight better than it did. Request for Hybricane Mod Railway. Add the running numbers up of all your engines and then try find the section of pi with that sequence of numbers using the first, is that 1 million? 1 million digits of pi. I will just end up writing a computer program to do that. That could be the 1 million subscriber special, considering you've said 1 million numbers of pi. I'll never actually get there, but that would be quite amusing. Right, I'm actually going to mount the motor first with the screw and then do the soldering, because it will just be a lot easier than faffing about with loose motor bits and wires and such. So, oops, can't get this to mesh now. There we go. I am actually going to screw the motor back in first. Stream's died again. Can everybody else just let me know how the stream's going? Because if it is dying, then I do need to remember to change back to normal latency, which I was going to do today, but I forgot because I was in a rush. So, if anybody else, apart from Timber Valley, stream's dying, can you just let me know, or just let me know in general the situation? Because if it's dying, then I'll switch back to normal latency. If it's not, then it may be something, as I say, on his end. Again, I'm not criticising or anything like that. Well, that's not what we do here, shall we put it like that? So we'll put that one. Basically, all I'm doing here is these are bits of wire that's just shove into the holes here. Basically, the motor obviously gets the power, and then these wires just take the power across to this little bulb, and then you do have a firebox glowing there. Deary me, the model shed. Kurt, welcome back. I have not seen you in a long time. Mind you, to be fair, I haven't been on YouTube in a long time, but dearie me, there is a face I have not seen in a while. First we've had Pete Clark from Pete's Transport and More, who joined yesterday. That was a face as well we haven't seen in a while. And Kurt from Model Shed is here. Lovely to see you, Kurt. I'm doing fine, thank you very much. Are you doing well? Are you doing okay? Dearie me, it's like a family reunion. Maybe I should take massive long breaks off YouTube more often, you know. Right, we'll just solder that one back to the brush. Normally there are little strips of copper that you can actually just slide in behind the brush and solder the wire onto. But because they are so fragile and then you have to try and get 4 bits of stuff into place, because I always have the soldering iron on me, I do just literally just solder them on, because normally I work at my workbench where my soldering iron's set up and ready to go. I can turn it on and then I can just be soldering. So although you may not want to take the little strips out, I do, just because for me it's a lot less faff, and actually soldering them and then re-soldering them is a lot easier. in my opinion, to do than faffing about with sliding bits of copper behind other bits and such. And, oh great, the eccentric rod has just come out of the motion bracket. Let's see if I can get this back in without dismantling the motor. Come on, you daft thing. It may be a motor out job, because it's just dropped out and I hadn't noticed. Yay, I've got it in. I am a genius. There we go. It is a reunion. Oh, the chap's reappeared. Okay, that's Kurt said he's been busy sorting stuff out with my train layout. I've got some stuff up for sale. My Flying Scotsman is one of them. Is that on your eBay? If you send me a link, I'll have a look at it, because imagine double-heading a Flying Scotsman. That would be the most cursed thing ever, having two Flying Scotsmans together, wouldn't it? But if you've got some stuff for sale, I'll have a look. Your Lima 66, well, I say your Lima 66, is my old Lima 66 up for sale? But it's lovely to see you again, really it is. Oh, I forgot to solder this wire on. Let's do that now. I know. Well, I can't believe the back, but they possibly missed, aside from my Christmas specials, which I would definitely say are the best bit of content I make, to be honest. Just a lot of effort. I'm not even joking. A lot of effort goes into them Christmas specials. Aside from the Christmas specials, I think that joint stream was possibly one of the most fun things I've ever done for YouTube, to be honest. The most cursed thing ever would be Rocket with Azuma coaches. Or maybe the Azuma shoving Rocket along the track. That'd probably be just as bad. Or maybe a HS2 with Rocket, because as we know, HS2 is never going to get finished, is it? But let's not get involved in the politics. In fact, it's not politics, is it? We train people so we can mock people about other train things, surely. Points, I love having these electric points. Now I've got the 9F isolated in the siding again, we'll check the performance of the 31, the Flying Scotsman, now that we've serviced it. Kurt said he's got it up on eBay, given up with my Scotsman, got a short somewhere with the pickups, the 66 is here to stay. Well, good to hear. I'm glad that you are still enjoying my lovely little EWS Lima 66. I'll have a look at your Scotsman. Could turn it into a little bit of... Oh, look at that. That's beautiful, is that? Oh, that's brilliant. Look at... Oh, that's brilliant. Oh. Stalling over that point, but that's that one. There we go. Look at that. Look at how smooth and controlled that's running. It's not stalling. It's not juddering. Wheels are rotating really nice and slowly. Look at that. That is splendid. And it's put out on the point again. But anyway, when we're not going over really dirty points that are overdue cleaning, look at that. Flying Scotsman is working again. Was just some luck on the controller. Ah, I keep stalling on that point. Here, if I hold it in place. There we go. Look at that. And if I turn it up really fast, hopefully you can see just at the top. Whoa, don't let go of it. Hopefully you can just see at the top here, that bulb lighting up and that just shines through that bit of plastic that I showed you earlier. There we go. So last thing to do now is to get the servicing sponge out again. Oh, that's the spanners. Let's get the servicing sponge out again. And I was going to put some grease on before I put the motor back in, but I forgot. So I'll just put some on the bottom of that gear and let it work its way around anyway. Since it would be rude not to, shall we request Scotsman with Pullmans? Yes, we shall certainly do that. I think the D11 has had a nice run for 2 streams now, so certainly we shall do that. That sounds like a fantastic idea. Right, let's turn the second radius controller. Oh, Kurt's got a new loco. Got it Saturday. Well, I'll be interested to see that when you make your if you make a YouTube return, of course. There's no pressure at all. As I say, I take long enough unexplained breaks, but let's get a nice amount of grease onto this gear. That should be enough now. Let's not go overboard. I'll shove that cotton bud in there and use it. Excuse me, another time. My jacket tatey and beans are really not going down, excuse me, too well. Right, there is Scotsman. So, the last thing to do is find out where on earth I put the body and the body screw. I hope I put the body screw in the drawer, because otherwise I ain't got a clue where it... No, where it is. Please be in the drawer. It's not in the drawer. Oh, here it is. No, it isn't. Damn it. I don't know where the body fixing screw's gone. Did I take that apart on my... Yes, I did. I took it apart on the workbench, and it's on the workbench. So I'm now going to have to root blindly under the baseboards to try and find that. Perhaps you didn't. Kurt said he's got a limited edition class 55, only 550 made. Very nice indeed. Do like a Lima 55. I'm actually looking for one myself at the moment. Damn it, that was part of a multimeter falling on the floor. Very nice, Kurt. Looking forward to seeing that. Where the hell is this body fixing screw? Oh, it's there. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. Don't know where that screw's from. Where is this damn screw? It's on my workbench somewhere, but I can't feel it. Right, I'll have to get the torch out and have a look. Also wasn't trying to do a sales pitch. Fair enough. Are you sure that you want to leave YouTube? Yes. I want to look at Kurt's eBay page. Oh, you've got your 33 for... Kurt, you've got my favourite engine for sale. You've got a Bachmann 4. Oh, hang on, never mind. It hasn't got any wheels. Sorry, I thought that was a complete engine. I didn't realise it had its wheels and its motor missing. I nearly said I'll buy that, and then I noticed it had all its wheels and motor and that missing. Your Prairie Tank pickups, an Airfix 12 volt motor. Lima 33, Triang Flying Scotsman. Your body looks in better condition than mine. I may have a look at that in future, we'll see. Missing body screw, that's what I can't find at the moment, it's here somewhere. Ow! Ah! Ah! I just had a bit of copper wire sticking my thumb. Listing some things now as well. I'll keep an eye out, Kurt, because certainly some of your engines are very nice. Now, where on God's green and luscious earth is this body fixing screw? Because it's in here somewhere. I know it is, but where is the question? Where? That is the question. I wonder if I put it back in my part. Oh, I know where it will be. It's not under the workbench at all. HO's 1 to 87, isn't it? HO is 1 to 87, isn't it? Double O gauge is 1 to 76.2 if you want to be pedantic. But they both use the same track spacing, I think. So HO will look, if I get this right, slightly smaller. But it uses the exact same track spacing. I think that's the way around it goes. Timber Valley will be able to confirm that. It's because I had a... No, that's not the right... Where the hell have I put this? Oh, George, you big wally. Oh, have I found it? No, it's on the workbench somewhere, but without stopping everything and taking the workbench out of its resting place, I won't be able to get the screw. Damn it. That's annoying. Yeah, I think HO's 1 to 87, as I said. Somebody will be able to confirm that it was a little bit more clued up than I am. Where is this? Oh, hang on, actually. I may have enough room just to pull the workbench mat out. I reckon it's not on here, though. It'll be rolled somewhere else. No, it's not on here. It'll have rolled off on the workbench somewhere. Anyway, I'll run the Flying Scotsman for now without the body screw. It's not going to knacker it, but I just need to remember at a later date to put it back on, because obviously when I come to pick it up, the body will just come off in my hand and then the chassis will crash and probably no might break on the floor. So we'll just put it on loosely. D11, if you could make your way around fairly rapidly, please. Avoiding a crash perfectly. That had some decent run on, did that D11. I don't think, however, it's got a flywheel in it. That surprised me. There we go. Scotsman's chuffing tender. Yes, not only is it a chuffing tender, it actually chuffs. Scotsman with Pullmans as requested. And have we got time to start dismantling the HST? Possibly. Soldering iron can go off to prevent death. 9F. On you go. Oops, it's got slightly stuck, never mind. Oh, it's got very stuck, never mind. There we go. Joe's back. Hello, Joe. Thank you for joining again. Whoa, Flying Scotsman is not railed properly. Change the points again. It was quite bad. What was? Oh, you've just done a stream of your own? Sorry, I didn't see your first message. Well, I'm going to keep Scotsman nice and slow. I've just actually realised one of the 7s is missing. It doesn't say 4472 on the cab anymore, it just says 44-2. It does, to be fair, it does need a new body because that's knackered. When I got it, it was all broken in pieces and I did have to glue it back together. So, you know, all these little things that are going to cost me quite a bit when I do need doing. I don't know if you can see, but on the side it says 44-2. The 7, the water slide 7 seems to have dropped off. On the other side it's there, but on this side it seems to have dropped off. So, it's a knackered body and somebody's messed it up with white, trying to repaint the white lines. But yes, it does work now fine. I am just keeping it nice and slow just to monitor it. But it does seem to be now running. Tender's chuffing. And that's brilliant. Right, let's see if we can get the HST done in the last 20 minutes. Speed servicing, as somebody said the other day. Right, where's the screwdriver gone? Don't panic. Stream started playing up again. Oh dear. Oh, Scotsman stalled. Okay, maybe it is going too slowly. Speed and power. Wheels probably need a decent clean as well. Right, let's see if we can get the HST body off without scraping a screwdriver down the side and knackering all the flips. Where's my other screwdriver? Well, it wasn't a very easy Scotsman to get working. I think all of the Scotsmans, judging by 00 bills, are a bit temperamental, to be honest with you. But it is going for now, until it has an off day and then breaks again. Whoops, screwdriver on the floor. But yeah, when it runs, it's very nice. It does just need possibly a new body, or I will just try and get some replacement transfers. So here is my wire-laden Hornby HST, which I fitted, replaced the old incandescent bulbs, which are both blown in both ends with directional red and white lighting, using diodes and resistors. I don't know if you can see that. Let's switch to the right camera. With the diodes are the blue things, and just in front of them the black things. Sorry, the resistors are the blue things, and the diodes are the black things. You can just see the end of my thumb there. I will one day explain how all that works, but all you need to know is that basically makes it so that in forward the white light comes on and in reverse the red light comes on. I'm not going to get into the science of resistors, how to drive LEDs. I'm not going to get into the science of diodes and all that nonsense now. I'm just going to get servicing the damn thing before I finish the stream. Now, where have I just put that damn screwdriver? Where am I? Oh, it's over here. Right, so thankfully on this model, even though I have had to solder all the wires to the brush holders, I can actually just unscrew them and then all the wires come off still soldered. So thankfully I don't have to do a massive unsoldering job every time this HST wants servicing. Jaden's been doing some research about HO in America, very nice. OO is UK only, indeed. OO, if I remember, is actually slightly out of scale, isn't it? I think if you scaled up the actual track spacing, from what I can remember, again, somebody more confident about this will confirm this, but I think OO's track spacing is wrong, isn't it? I think it's when you actually scale it up, I think it ends up not being 5 foot 8.5 inch. I think if you were to scale it up, it ends up actually being slightly short. What I can remember. Let's not lose that brush spring, because that would be a bad day if we did. Oh, I have got 2 wires to unsolder actually. 2 to the pickups on the motor bogie, but other than that, we've not got much unsoldering to do. Other spring there. OO uses HO scale track spacing. Yes, I thought it was something like that. Thinking of selling the Great Western Railway King class, but not sure. It runs good when it behaves. It's like the Triang Scotsman. Quite a few Triang engines can be very temperamental. I'm soldering iron up to temperature yet. Just got 2 wires to take off. And then we'll give the motor a quick service and see if that's what needs doing. The wheels are perfectly clean. These HST wheels are remarkably clean to say how long it's been since I last serviced it. I'll put the 2 cameras back on there. There you go. A bit more interesting. Are we up to temperature yet? Please say yes. Yeah, I think it is. So we've just got 2 of the wires to desolder, I believe. Oh no, sorry, 3 wires that go to the pickups. In fact, before I wreck the plastic moulding, I will take this bogie out. There we go. And then I can get to this wire here. So I just need to remember in my head which way around those wires go. And as long as I keep the motor bogie like that, I will remember. Right, so here is the little 4-wheel drive Ringfield motor. Do the brushes drop out? No, they don't. So that possibly means it is a bit dirty in there. On a good motor, it is said that they should just drop out, but that's debatable. So all I'm going to do now is, because the wheels actually stop the plastic moulding coming off to get the brush cover off, you have to remove the wheels just by sticking a screwdriver in and prising a wheel off. And then you can actually get in to take the brush sort of the motor front plate off, the brush holder plate. So yeah, we're going to have to be very careful and try not to snap the wheels or the gears, and just very carefully, like that. Oh, the gears actually come off the back of the wheel. That's not a problem, it's got studs to help it locate. There we go, look, so there's the gear. And if it ever comes off, all you have to do is 3 dimples just fit into the 3 dimples on the back of the wheel, like that. And when it's pushed into place, they don't come loose. Those wheels are very oily and very dirty. The axles, sorry, the axles, not the wheels. The wheels are clean, the axles are hideously greasy and dirty. So, prizing the other wheel off. Again, axles are very dirty, so that could be part of why it's dead. Or not. It doesn't seem to be running that well. Now I'm going to prise the front of the motor off, just to be very careful not to crack the plastic or break any of the clips, which is so common on these Hornby ring fields. Generally they do survive though. Got to gently lever it off this side. There we go. The brushes are still stuck in their holders, so 1, 2. Brushes can go in for a clean later. That can go over there, and, as I suspected, black commutator. Kurt said my motor just gave up, their worm gears fell off all of them. Wow. I am surprised. I thought they were normally press fit on. I'm surprised they've dropped off, to be honest. I've not heard of that happening before. Yeah, they're normally sort of press fit on, like a bit of like arbors on table saws are. If that's a better explanation, they're normally just machine pressed on, so you can't really get them off. That has surprised me. Apparently the HST Hornby Railroad Great Western Rail one is an awful runner. Well, is this a Hornby Railways one? I'm not sure if this one is my HST here that I'm servicing. It is a Hornby one. I'm not sure it's young enough to be classed as a railroad model. It has, well, no, I don't think it will be, because obviously it's got the Ringfield motor, but I don't know if you've noticed on this, but this Hornby HST does actually have a 5-pole Ringfield motor, which I've not seen on any. I know they do exist on other locomotives, but in my experience, the only 5-pole Ringfield that I've ever serviced has been on this Hornby HST. It does run really smoothly when it when it runs and when it's not dead, which is why we're cleaning it now. It does run really nicely. Yeah, it's a 5-poler. Oh, Scotsman's cutting out over that point again. So there, that's nice and clean. I'm not going to bother with WD-40 this time, because I can get him to clean it properly. People are arguing over the manuals and the halls. Honestly, can't remember what they look like off the top of my head, so if you'll excuse me one moment, I am just going to Google. Where are we here? Oh, I've just realised I've cut the back of my hand open somehow. That's interesting. What the hell has that happened? Deary me. Let's have a look. Manor class. Doesn't look too bad. All class. Is there even a discernible difference? Smaller driving wheels on the whole, it looks like. I mean, they basically look identical, to be honest. No, the Manor looks better. The Manor. My vote goes for the Manor. Not clued up on Great Western Railway engines, but the Manor is 9. Yours is the only Hornby one. It uses a 1970s tool, and the first super detail one around 2007 time, then they used the Lemur tool in their railway range. Very nice. So yours is the ancient Hornby one. Fair enough. And sorry if you're squeamish, but I seem to have managed to cut the back of my hand open. Not sure how that happened, but we shall plough on regardless. I wonder if I caught it when I was reaching the workbench or something. Anyway, not to worry. There we go, lovely shiny commutator. That. I mean, I'm sorry, but at a very quick glance, they both look identical. I mean, do I really have to Google the difference? Oh. I'm sorry, but they're both looking pretty much identical. I do apologise, but they do, kind of. The Manor class is a lighter version of the Grange class. Oh, I think there was a useful picture of it, wasn't there? Oh, I don't really care, to be honest. I do need to get more clued up on Great Western Railway engines, but... Right, so that's the hall. And let's look at the manor again. I really could do with side-by-side cabs open. I can't remember if I said I preferred the manor or the hall now. I can't remember what I said, and I'm so confused because they both look pretty much exactly the same. I'm just going to refrain from debating on the topic any further before I get really down the rabbit hole. Oh, dearie me. Oh, go on then, Jaden, do it. I'm not bothered. Honestly, and a quick look right in the middle in the stream, I can't really tell the difference between them. And to be honest, I'm not all that bothered. If I'm going to be frankly honest, they're not the best looking steam loco. I don't particularly like the look of them. And to be honest, I'm so confused about which one's which, I'm just not going to mention them again now. For the fear of annoying somebody. Although, when has that ever stopped me before? Get my brushes cleaned up. That wants a mop up, that's a bit oily there. You lot get to be clued up on all your train classes, etc, etc. I get to be clued up on, well, electronics, I guess. Honestly, I'm not bothered. They both look pretty much the same to me. I probably won't ever buy one because I don't think they'll look that nice, if I'm going to be frankly honest. Yeah, soz, but that's it. That's my take on them at least. Let's get the wheels back in. Give them a bit of a clean. This really is just sort of This really is just sort of, I guess you could call it an intermediary service, just to put it on while I actually do get a chance to service it properly, because at some point over the winter I will fully strip down and service all my engines again. But at the moment, to be honest, I just want to get things running for the streams, and then over the Christmas period when I have my, sort of 2-month break, I will service everything properly. But I guess you can call this an interim service, just between services really, because, I just want the damn thing to run, to be honest. And then I'll do a proper full strip down and service when the time gets closer to, to doing that. So, right, this wire wants to solder back on here. I'm refraining from looking at the comments because people will be wanting me lynched. Yeah, that's stuck. Manners of top feed pipes, what's the best looking engine? Halls have smaller driving wheels and the footplate over the cylinders was level. Oh dear. I'm not even going to get involved on that again. Scotsman is running nicely, Kurt, thank you very much. It does keep cutting out over this point, because it's quite dirty that point, it does need cleaning, and also there's a dodgy fish plate round here, so the power's not quite getting transmitted properly. But, it's running for now, and I'll do some maintenance over the winter period. Kurt's got his first car, very nice. Mark II Clio, interesting. Holes are 4 comb ejectors? Oh, right, no, holes are different because they have different injectors. Oh, right, I see now. I really don't. Anyway, we'll gloss over that. Jaden, are you by any chance coming out as a, what's the word, rivet counter now? I'm not having a go, by the way, I'm still joking if you can't tell. I think we've just learnt that Jaden, everyone's a rivet counter. We're going to have to give him some shtick because of that. Can't be having that on my channel. Not when we've got, well, what ridiculous. We've got a chuffing Backman 08 pulling Virgin coaches. That's not exactly the most prototypical, is it? Jaden, maybe you should rename your channel the Rivet Counter. Let's solder that back on. No, it's not quite sticking. I was too eager with pulling the wire away then. Let me get a screwdriver to hold it in place. Oh, never mind, it has stuck. George, you should stick Golden Eagle with Mark 1 coaches. Might do after I've serviced the HST, but I really want to get this back together before the end of the stream and get it tested for sweet. I'm going to be packing up in about 5 minutes, I think. So I may save that request for next time, Joe, if that's alright. I just really want to get this HST back together. Because as soon as this stream's done, I am packing up and leaving the loft and tidying up all my maths folders because they are in a state. Where the hell has that spring just gone? Oh, I've just lost that spring, haven't I? Never mind, we might not have this HST running by the end of the stream because the spring has just flicked off somewhere. Yay, I don't have any spares of them either. Oh, bloody hell. Always do your repairs on a workbench, people, so that when things inevitably go flying, you don't lose them. Anfield Road Layout in the Loft has joined. Thank you very much for joining. Nice to see you again. I'm going to have a route around the loft for that spring now, because I have lost it. Although, to be fair, I think there is dual pickup from the other bogey, so... no, it won't work. Of course it won't work, because the brush won't be there to take power to the motor, will it? Oh, I found it! I'm a genius! I found it. It was straight underneath the motor. Couldn't see it. Do you know what? I'm going to unsolder that again because that's just getting in the way for the moment. No, I haven't lost it. It didn't ping off. It was straight under the motor, and because it's on a very badly coloured surface, I couldn't see it. So, no, we haven't lost it. Crisis averted. That's a bonus. That were going to be £5 from eBay just got out at the window then. Right, now is the stage where I could lose it if I'm not careful. Screw. Screwdriver. And let's see if we can't screw this together without losing the spring, because that would not be a happy ending. I don't appear to be quite getting the location for the hole. Oh yeah, because I'm miles off, that's why. Getting a bit fiddly this, not gonna lie. This is why I normally do things on a workbench. Come on! Evan Terry's joined, thank you very much for joining. Curtis seeing Jeremy Clarkson today, very nice indeed. My genius, sometimes it frightens me, fair enough. You can call me Lee, thank you very much, I will do. You've seen Jeremy Clarkson, you're lucky sod, not far from his farm, fair enough. You've met Gerald? Interesting. Could you understand what he was saying? Because I certainly can't. He seems like a nice bloke, was Gerald, though. Very down to earth. I guess that's how you describe him. Oh, the spring's got itself stuck in there again. Why did I even decide to take it apart here? I could have just got the workman shot. Okay, I do actually think that spring has just pinged somewhere, but we'll just carry on and ignore that it happened. Oh no, now that one's gone. I may just abandon this and give up, because, not really, would you believe the prime location for servicing trains is at the side of your layout, would you believe? Who'd have thunk? Come on. I think I have just actually dropped that spring on my lap, I'll get that in a moment. Oh no, the other spring's just dropped out, so it was still stuck. Hang on, watch your language in the chat, please. Have less of that, thanks. But yes, in not so stronger words, sometimes he is. Oh, this is driving me crazy. Oh, do you know what? Sod it. We're just going to unsolder everything and then start from square one. Let's unsolder this on the back here. Right, let's try again. Let's put everything back together and then solder it. I'm aware the chat's flying up the screen, but I'm too busy focusing doing this, because I will get this back together before I end the stream, he says, with zero confidence whatsoever. Yes, it's in! There's the screw. Sometimes my genius generates gravity. Lee says he'll be live at 6 PM tomorrow at the bench building Metcalf Kits, a school. I'm definitely. Am I available tomorrow at that time? Yes, I should be. I'll pop in, Lee, because as it's become very apparent during these streams, well, people have been suggesting card kits and scratch building, and I really could do with some lessons on that. So I will definitely pop in if I'm around tomorrow, which I do believe that I am. So I will pop in at some point. Oh, we might actually be straight on with this bush cap here. Oh, look at that, straight in. Right, get this screw in quick before it all goes to pot. Screwdriver. Oh, I'm aware, I've just had the wrong camera on for ages. There we go. Bit better. How long? Oh, right, we've run over by a while. Never mind. Right, the brushes are in, the springs are in, the motor is back together. Now I've just got to solder these wires up, and we are done with the intermediary service, as I say, on this HST, because I'm not bothered about fully servicing in it now. I just want it, you know, sort of half working properly. And then, as I said, during my big winter break, I'll do a full strip down. But for the streams, I just want this engine to work, which thankfully, after I've soldered these 2 wires on, it now will. In fact, that bogey's going to have to come out again because I can't get to that solder connection with the bogey clipped in. Let's try and solder this one on here. I'm aware you can't see what you're doing, and to be honest, neither can I. Really. Right, let's get that soldered on there. Lovely. Let's go round the other side. Chat is absolutely flying today. You're on about trucks now? Oh god. What on earth is going on in the world? I hope I've put this motor bogey in the right way around. I think I have. Although again, I'm going to have to take this off because I've just lost the solder tab. Oops. The bottom plate's going to have to come off again. Because I can't get to that solder connection without melting through half the plastic. So, motor's coming out again. I can just bring this wire down and solder that back in place. Which somehow now doesn't seem to be long enough. How? Oh right, because it was round that side. This is why I only picked very thin SCART lead wire, because it needs to be able to be manipulated in very, very small spaces, as you can see. Nothing to do here. There we go. We're on. So now it is a case of flipping this back into here. Oh, I'm always scared about breaking that. Flipping this into here. And before we put the body back on, we'll see if it works. No. Oh. Come on, Niner. Into the points. We're going to use the second radius line. Have I sold any trains recently? No, I haven't. Oh, knocking houses everywhere. I haven't. I haven't really bought any either, to be honest. I haven't had the money or time to. I've been focusing on the old lawnmower buying and selling. There we go. Points changed, but no, I haven't really bought any or sold them, to be honest. I've got my eyes on a couple, you know, I'm keeping an eye on them. But, no, I haven't, really. Yay! The HST works. There we go. I'm not completely inept. Wheels need cleaning. The HST no longer works. Oh, that wire was stuck. Oh, there we go. It's free now. Well, the lights are still working, so I haven't not massively cocked that up. Oh, now it's derailed. Behave, please. There we go. HST's back working. Probably just a dirty commutator. Well, there we go. Look at that. Derailed again. Why? Oh, I wonder if the gauging's too tight. Could be it. Or maybe it was never railed to start off with. There we go, HST's working again. Just a dirty commutator. Just needed a bit of freeing off, bit of cleaning, and the HST is back and alive again now. So that, ladies, gentlemen, people watching the stream, is very good news. And on that note, I think it is time to end. So when I get this body clip back on, which is a little bit of a pain. Oh, come on, you silly bugger. I'm going to use a screwdriver to just splay the body slightly and drop it in. Oh, come on. We're nearly there. We're not nearly there at all, I'm lying to you. I wish Hornby had given a little bit more give in this body. It doesn't like going on. Never has done, never probably will do. Right, let's try and get the back in first and then work his way down. Right, that's the middle in. Hey, that's the front in. And then the cab clips on like that. The front, there we go. The HST is finished. So we've been successful in today's goal, albeit running half an hour over. But we have indeed set out and done what we aimed to do, which was to service the Flying Scotsman, which is happily running. The motor isn't getting too warm through the body, but we've serviced the HST and we have serviced the Flying Scotsman as well. Lee says nice work, thank you very much indeed. Check the gauge, that will be something I will get my digital calipers out and do. Well, tomorrow it will be, but tomorrow I will get my digital calipers out, which I actually bought for measuring parts up for lawnmowers, to be honest, but here they are. So tomorrow I will get the calipers out, put them there to remind me, and I will check the gauge, thank you very much. Evan Terry is going, so it's a school night, thank you very much for joining, Evan. Thank you for being in the chat as well. There's been a lot of talk about Kurt's car, starting a car wash business, very nice. Well, there's all sorts of chat going on here that I haven't got time to read through, but apologies about that. Yeah, the chat's absolutely been flying tonight. There's pages and pages of it. Thank you very much for joining, everyone. Timber Valet is going. Thank you very much for joining, Timber. Lovely to see you. Kurt is going. See you later, Kurt. Thank you very much. And, well, seeing as we have run over slightly, seeing as we've finished what we set out to do, and seeing as everyone else is going, I think it's time I should be going as well. So, we'll get everything stopped in the station. Let's get the 9F back onto the... Let's get the 9F pulled up to its final location. We'll leave it in there. In fact, I'll tell you what, we'll run the 9F round and put it back into the proper platform. 08's just coming round now, so set that signal to red. Get that out of the way, there we go. And stop at the red signal. Lovely. Shut the points for the 9F to send it into the right platform. Flying Scotsman's coming round. There we go. Brilliant. Lee said good stream. Thank you very much, Lee. Glad you enjoyed. Hope to see you on my stream tomorrow at 6. Yep, I will be there. I will be there. Well, I'll try and watch as much of it as I can. Oh, no, Kurt is still here. I think he was saying bye when I said I was off. There we go. So, I'll just have a quick blast back up the chat just to make sure I haven't missed anything absolutely important. But dearie me, chat has been absolutely flying tonight. Lots of engagement, that's what we like to see. Oh dear, people have been nerding out about cars. Sadly, not as much into cars as I used to be, but, well, there you go. Well, thank you very much for watching indeed, everyone. We have gone about 10-15 minutes over where I wanted to be tonight, but that doesn't really matter. We've all had a good time, haven't we? And we've set out what we aim to do. As on the main screen, we have indeed mended the Triang Scotsman. That's now working lovely. Does need a wheel clean though, as I say. What else have we done? We've found out what was wrong with the Hornby HST. It was just dirty, needed a bit of a quick service, and as I say, they'll all get a full service over the winter months when I have my break over Christmas and the New Year period. They will all get serviced and sorted and properly done then. Just a quick service, those two were, just to get them going again. And have we got them both running? Indeed, yes, we have. This needs, obviously, tidying up, but hey, you haven't been working if your workbench is not an absolute mess. So, thank you very much indeed for watching, everyone. Oh, no, there's a comment just before I say goodbye. Curtis said, have you still got the big red logo? I don't know what it's called. Yes, the big Marklin Brute, the 03.10. The big German logo. I'm not going to bother railing it for you, but there you go. The big German 03.10. Yes, I do still have that. Brilliant. Right, so thank you very much indeed for watching, everyone. Lovely to see you all in tonight, and well, especially at 25 to 10, thank you all for watching and your dedication to the stream as well. Thank you to everyone who's been in the live chat. So that's Kurt from the Model Shed on the main line, Lee from Anfield Road Layout, we've had Timber Valley, we've had Evan Terry, we've had, who else have we had? Timber Valley, Evan Terry, we've had Northerner Transport Hub as well. If I have missed your name, which I don't think I've missed any today, no, I don't think I have. Thank you very much for everyone for being in the live chat. Thank you for watching, and well, it's been a good one. I might be doing a stream tomorrow night, we'll see, but if not, they will be. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if they're not in it during next week, well, into next week, there will be, hopefully, on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, fingers crossed, next week. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Lovely to see you all here once again this evening. Do enjoy the remainder of your Sunday evening. Do take care, and bye for now. Cheers, folks. So good job it's not a mishap stream. I've just pressed the wrong button. We'll try that again. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and do take care. Bye for now.